January 10th, 2015. A terrible tragedy was about to shake the streets of Atlanta. One of the most respected figures of the underworld would lose his life in a brazen attack fueled by gang rivalry. His name? Donovan Thomas, better known to those with gang ties as Big Nut, also known as OG Nut or Peanut.
That for the boy Bloody.
Yeah.
For the boy Bloody, man. Straight like that, man.
Been killing the scene with that movie, Independent Gang. Tell me what's been going on.
Bloody, man. You know what I mean? That Independent Gang part two, getting the bracket in that bit, man. Why don't you the bum on, blood? You know what I mean? Inglewood way, blood. Straight like that.
January 5th, 2015. Gang rivalry overflowed into a collision between two camps that began the clock ticking down to Big Nut's ultimate demise that would take place just 5 days later. The two gangs in question were the Inglewood family, known shortly as IF, and Young Slime Life, known shortly as YSL. Donovan Thomas, also known as Big Nut, was rumored to be a high-ranking member of the Inglewood family street gang, while famous A-list rapper Jeffrey Williams, also known as Young Thug, is labeled to be one of the founding members of the YSL gang.
So that's how we started off, okay? We got Thugger's crew, we got Nut. Now you can see Woody in the middle.
On that day, January 5th, IF gang member Kelvin Watts attempted to rob YSL gang member Kenneth Copeland at Club Crucial. Atlanta Police Department gang unit investigators at the time believed what was widely speculated, that this altercation at the club incited the beef that boiled over days later.
January 5th, 2015. A situation happened at Club Crucial. Woody was in the club. He had a bunch of cash, like $25,000. He was showing it off on stage. And then Shell Kell, who's Nut's brother, allegedly tried to rob him. And a big fight broke out. Shots rang out. They were already gone by that time, but it was this big, messy situation. 5 days later, Woody allegedly approached Young Thug, and he said he needed a car to rent in order to kill Big Nut, who was basically getting into the middle of the situation. A shooting happened. A car pulls up. Nut is in front of a barbershop. Shots rang out. Nut gets killed. 2 other people get shot, including a 14-year-old boy and a man in his 20s. After the shooting happened, allegedly, Nut's last words were, "Thug had me killed."
That's my first time ever hearing that. That's crazy. Yeah, I never really, yeah.
And then Woody told the police that he met up with Young Thug right after the murder, went to Young Thug's apartment, and started preparing to leave town. But that night, Woody's mother's house gets shot up that night. Then a couple hours later, Woody's brother's house gets shot up, and then Woody ends up leaving to Miami. What did you think of this whole situation?
I really just felt like it was some dumb shit, man. It was kind of stupid because, like I said, we did all this to make it out. Now, right at the time we making it out of this shit, it's all this dumb shit going on.
Ending the life of Big Nut on January 10th, 2015. Big Nut was oblivious to the timer ticking down on his life. In fact, who many considered a figurehead throughout the city of Atlanta, had a friend and rapper he was at the time pushing to the world. His name was Rayshawn Bennett, known to the hip-hop community as YFN Lucci, from the crew Young Fly N-Word.
Y'all back down, man. Get with it, get it rolled over, man. This is your nut, man. I'm letting you know it.
Sadly, Big Nut's enemies were in the shadows, plotting on ending his life. Aside from the altercation between the two camps, tension was brewing, and there still lies speculation that other events were at play that ended in a price being placed on Nut's head.
That phone was tapped, or whether or not that's an inside informant who's saying that. It looks like a tap, but I can't tell. A couple of days later, Thug's on social media talking about how people who testify in court should be killed. And the implication is Donovan Thomas was killed because he was some sort of government informant.
Okay, was that established that he was an informant?
No. Like, that's something that we're looking for in the trial. That's the first time.
On one theory, it was rumored Nut broke a sacred code of ethics in the gang culture and was talking to law enforcement about his rivals, YSL, affiliates of Money Murder Gang. On the other end, was a financial motive that police documents reveal could have added more fuel to the already blazing fire between the two camps.
So we got a robbery. You know what I mean? Shit popped off in the club. We got potential snitching allegations. And then we got some money that's up somewhere. These are the speculations. But this is what's boiling on. You get what I'm saying? So shit's brewing on at the time. You get what I mean? I personally, as I listened to the story, I made up my own observations, but I'm going to let y'all come up with your own observations that we watching this morning. Already.
At the time, Peanut was the manager of the rapper DeQuantis Lamar, better known as Rich Homie Quan. Documents go on to state that YSL co-founder Young Thug was requesting a collaboration with the rapper, but not only did Rich Homie Quan and Peanut not approve, but Peanut took a stand against it when Young Thug and his YSL affiliates tried to use intimidation and force to change his mind.
Okay! So now I see a motive. I see there's real tension right now. So Nut was the nigga. Nut had some artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Nut had Quan, man, God rest his soul. But Nut had some folks, you know what I'm talking about? So I can see how Thugger could be pissed off trying to get a record with the partner, and Nut shut that shit down. Nut said, nah, nigga, we ain't doing it. We don't fuck with them folk. Matter of fact, y'all still over there. We gonna be over here. That's in the conversation. But it doesn't end there. Unfortunately, it does not end there.
For knowledge, how long have you had an investigation ongoing, when I say you, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, against Jeffrey Williams?
For me personally, it would have been around, I want to say April of 2016, when I found out that he rented the car that was utilized in the drive-by shooting.
Okay. What about, not you personally, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office?
That I can't answer. As far as I know, I don't know. I have no idea. If there were any other investigations regarding Mr. Jeffrey Williams, I don't know about them.
Well,
it was at that moment Peanut understood the gravity of who he was facing, and as recounted by family members, he became fearful that his life would be targeted. His fears were right. On January 3rd, 2015, 7 days before his demise, YSL member Young Thug and Demikion Carlington, also known as D or Sarfax, sent a chilling message of things to come. On D's Instagram account, both were seen in a picture with the caption reading, "We ain't going back and forth." It was already decided by YSL that the time for talking was over and action was the next required step. January 7th, 3 days before Peanut's assassination, the transport to do the crime was rented by Young Thug, a 2014 silver Infiniti Q50 sedan from Hertz Rent-A-Car. The days were counting down, and so was the lifespan of Donovan Thomas, also known as Peanut.
Yo, the text message said, we ain't going back and forth. That could be a lot of things. You know what I mean? If I'm in Sawkins, you know what I mean, from a standpoint of, if I got caught with doing the crime, I'm gonna be like, yo, nigga, what are you talking about, man? We talking about a lot of different shit, man. I ain't going back and forth in this conversation, man. I gotta go to bed. You know what I mean? Maybe that's my way of saying goodbye. I ain't going back and forth. You know what I mean? See you tomorrow.
His Peanut. Hours away from losing his life, Young Thug and his YSL associates put a plan into motion. January 10th, 2015, Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, was in the Infiniti he rented just a few days earlier when he spotted Thomas standing outside of a barbershop on 330 McDaniel Street in Atlanta. Thug was also with Garlington, aka D, Shannon Jackson, aka Shannon Stillwell, aka SB, DeMonte Kendrick, aka Yak Gotti, Demise McMullen, aka Nard, and Justin Cobb, aka Doo-Wop. According to police documents and testaments from a key witness at the scene involved in the crime, Young Thug loaned the car to his YSL affiliates to carry out the hit on Peanut. At approximately 7:22 p.m., the shooter, who was said to be Jackson, aka SB, shot Peanut dead as he stood in the parking lot of the barbershop.
According to the DA, they say the Young Thug put a green light on Nut. I'm not saying you're saying this, but this is what the DA says.
That's what they're going to say.
That's what they're going to say. A car got rented. Did you ask Thug to rent this car?
I ain't gonna speak on that either.
Okay. Regardless of what happened leading up to it, a drive-by happens at a barber shop, and Big Nut gets killed.
The shots came from a motor vehicle, the same one that was rented and loaned to him and his other assailants by YSL co-founder Young Thug. Peanut was hit multiple times on the upper area of his body and began the fight for his life, while two others, one being a teenager, was injured in the attack. He was rushed to the nearest hospital where doctors attempted to save his life, but unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries. Police officers believed Peanut wasn't a random passerby, but specifically targeted and assassinated. His passing sent a wave of emotions through the city of Atlanta. Some angry, others hurt, and some, like his rivals, were celebrating and making a mockery of his passing. The words "slat" were later spray painted on his tomb, and it wasn't a secret who the street terminology belonged to. Young Thug publicized the use of the term, and it is a regular term that is a part of how he talks.
He's lucky he's out. You know what I'm saying? That nigga got to take a deal. Because they always looking back. That nigga's supposed to be in jail right now. The nigga's supposed to be locked up for life over this shit. I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. I don't know how. With all this evidence, man, the streets must have really just died down and let it be. Because, nigga, I'm surprised niggas ain't sliding for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised slide for nothing to pop out.
Talks.
You know what I mean?
Slay. Slay. Slay.
Young Thug even has a track titled Slatty on his album Slime Language 2, featuring one of his assailants that was involved in taking out Peanut, Yak Gotti. Investigators began on the manhunt to gather evidence that would lead to the arrest of the perpetrators, not only to bring justice for the crime, but also the time was now counting down on a wave of retaliation they knew was coming. The investigation led to numerous first-hand accounts of what happened, and all pointed to Young Thug and YSL being the ones responsible for the brazen attack. Peanut's brother, who stood near him at the time of his passing, recalled Peanut whispering the haunting last words, "Thug had me killed." Further investigations led to officers obtaining a key witness involved in the incident, Kenneth Copeland, aka Little Woody.
But I always wanted to know what is Woody's involvement, because everybody mad at Woody, but I like Woody. I think Woody's the OG gangster nigga. Plus, I heard they gave Woody immunity, so why, I don't know. But Woody, I like Woody.
Woody first denied all allegations and speculations that he was involved in the hit. But 6 months later, after a series of attempts on his own life by his rivals and issues with the law, Woody came clean. The revelation was a smoking gun for the case. According to Woody, he admitted to lead detective Jim Thorpe that he saw Jackson, aka SB, at a McDonald's parking lot with fellow gang member Yak Gotti. Demise McCullen, aka Nard, and Justin Combs, aka Doo-Wop, immediately after the hit on Peanut's life. He further went on to state that at the same time, fellow YSL gang member Demikion Garlington, aka D, told him that SB, Yak Gotti, Nard, and Doo-Wop had just murdered Peanut. Woody was the one tasked with picking up the other members of YSL involved in the homicide at the McDonald's location. Upon entering the vehicle, Garlington, aka D, went on to confirm to him that they murdered Peanut during a drive-by shooting in which they used the silver Infiniti rented by YSL co-founder Young Thug.
Woody snitched. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Why, Woody?
The judicial system so fucked up, they see me and Nut text message in my phone the day he died. The day before he died. Where you at, Nutty? Man, right here at the park, finna go get me a haircut, goddamn. I pull up on you later on. All right, say less. Love. The day Woody got jumped on in the club, I texted him, man, what the hell going on, bro? I thought we said we squatted shit, bro. I thought me and you got on the phone like brothers, like men. He said, bro, we ain't a part of none of that shit. We telling them niggas stop that shit. We telling them niggas let that shit go, but y'all niggas tripping. That shit ain't about nothing. Like y'all niggas really ain't spoke about nothing. Nigga, I got text message talking to that moments before he died. Same day. They know it. They just didn't say that. Like, obviously that's the state. They trying to do their case. They doing what they supposed to do. Like, I ain't even mad at them. Like, you my opposition at this point. You trying to do what you do to sentence me. I'm trying to do what I'm doing to not get sentenced. I ain't tripping.
The hit set off a series of events that led to a bloodbath throughout the city, claiming lives and fueling a gang rivalry that still continues today. Peanut's close friend, YFN Lucci, has been locked in a wild back and forth with YSL and Young Thug ever since. In May 2019, this nearly resulted in YFN Lucci suffering the same fate as his friend Peanut when his Mercedes SUV was targeted in Atlanta. Popular entertainment website TMZ reports that Lucci wasn't there at the time, but police officers found a man suffering from 2 gunshot wounds, and Lucci's mother was the registered owner of his vehicle. In a clip obtained by TMZ showing just how intent his assailants were on claiming his life, bullet holes can be seen all through the vehicle. Then again, in June 2020, YFN Lucci was targeted at his music video at the 600 block of Martin Street. 3 assailants fired, injuring someone in the thumb. Both YFN Lucci and Young Thug, however, are now fighting for their freedom after both were indicted on separate RICO charges.
Because after all this shit, Lucci and Thug is cool again. I say, yo, after all this shit, niggas done shot up the car, niggas done shot the movie set. I heard him shot the mama's house. I mean, all kind of shit, man. That's, man, look. Then y'all partners again.